and gentlemen, the next poet coming to the mic is currently a PhD candidate here at the University of Houston. His work is just about to be published out of Saravan Books. He is eloquent, he's a damn good looker, and he's super tall. Shut up, no short jokes. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to the mic, your round of applause for Mr. David Tomas Martinez.
What up? That last one was good, but you're clowning on the dogs. I'm about to read some dog poems, so this is, you know what I'm saying? You set up a binary, I gotta get up the other side, though. You know what I mean? Just to even shit out, just to let you know. You know what I mean? We can't all just be like, you know, on our shit. So just to let you know, we out here. If anybody want to give me a ride to the house while you bullshitting. There's a lot to be said in that statement. While you I'm gonna read 2 relationship poems though, for real. So, all right. First one's called Shed. In the woodshed, I found my uncle's magazines. Snooping out of boredom, looking for a wrench to loosen a question in my body, I flipped along glossy women in kitchens without sinks and refrigerators without food, where bored housewives released frustrations by fucking the plumber, where gardeners were pulled into pool houses by college freshmen, their pigtails doing most of the raking. I saw women and horses, and women and circles of men, and women and women. There seemed to be no shortage of women. Being 11 with the drain pulled on my wondered lust, my eyes began to see sex everywhere. In the plunging of stopped toilets, in gas tanks being filled, in the pool halls where my father circled his cue. How the world moaned and pumped, and how hope flushed fluorescently through the blinds. I lost my virginity 3 years later to a girl without a name, a neighbor in my curiosity about the body. Before we did it, she said, I don't make sounds during sex. And she didn't, just waited blankly, waited to have emotion scribbled on her. Eventually, love marked me with a woman who walked with tumultuous hips. She made bathrooms and classrooms more exciting. She proved old Walt right. The body does electric when a kiss jumps the body, as love is a leap of moments suspended between jumping and landing, learning and knowing, quitting and starting again. And it hurts more than just in skin to walk away because you're walked from. And no scatter, no vanish, no dissipate, no words can be eaten. Nothing eaten. Her climbing up a balcony on the 2nd floor to break in through the sliding glass door to leave a mix CD on a puffed pillow won't screw back together what was shed. No one wants to leave the comfort of wood or finally say goodnight. I wish the world had left me cuddled with boxes and magazines, with box wine and videos of Vegas. Can another cigarette break keep the shell of sleep from cracking? Stay the flashes of her bent under another man, wondering if she is across the country or the street? How can I stop her monuments, not hear her again? So the next poem I'm going to read is called Sabbath and Venus. That's called Latin. I'm about to be Dr. Martinez, so you know. You know what I'm saying? Shit. I don't speak Latin, so don't worry about that. It's not that fucking intimidating. But I was reading the dictionary, because I do that. And I was reading the foreword of the dictionary, because I do that. You know what I mean? You read the dictionary, I read the forward of the dictionary. That's how I get down. So I'm reading and knocking over the mic. I'm reading over the forward of the dictionary, and I come over this part, and it's talking about how the word female came from, well, there was these misogynistic monks in the Dark Ages that said the word female came from feminis. That means without faith in Latin. Yeah, as in Eve, the apple, the whole deal, tree of knowledge. Hey, don't shake your head. Hey. No. Yeah, I was like, really? Like, that is true. My mom would be mad at me if I said that to her. So, but it got me thinking though, as far as like the idea of men and obviously we live in a male-dominated culture, and I come from, you know, like going on Sundays, hooping, and then barbecuing, and then there would be a rotation of women that my homeboys would bring. And at this time, like at that time I had been married, and I was like, yeah, you know, I was like, I wasn't gonna do that. So I would just see them, and I would just, you know, so this poem came out of that. Sabbath feminist. The word weekend must come from weaken, long estranged from wedded, from the language of late bars and early living rooms, originally meaning, before distortion, to have fun. So many of my Saturday mornings are closed blinds, rolling over more sleep. If not for Sunday barbecues after basketball, we would surely honor the Sabbath. Me and the brothers I'd ball with call when there are 2 bat swings and a baby's breath of trouble. Our sports have bats, engines, or darts. Our favorite games are ones with balls, ones where the object is to score through an ancient triangle, box, or hole. The Mayans put to death the winners of their games. But none of my boys have been sacrificed, and Sundays are less prayer than fights with strangers running to their cars to pull their pistols. On Sunday, on the sidelines of the gym, I dribble and talk, flick ears and slap box, and look at the rim and at its height. It's so large and familial. Because we are a family of weekends, weakened by drinking and weed, and women and cell phone pictures with their heads truncated, but bodies round and supple. And we are weak in the knees when our boy talks about Sabretooth in the back of his truck. Sabretooth, a woman with a beautiful face and a beautiful body, but with teeth like a wildcat. And she is a wildcat in the red boulevard dreams. But I am quiet because I have no stories. My boys are laughing and say I care too much, that I've grown round and supple, and ask when I am due with her baby. I laugh because it's funny and because it's true. I reached into the box of my chest and found the ball of my heart. My homeboys will go out, but I'm going home. And I know, like me, eventually they will go home, and when those prodigal boyfriends return, they will climb into bed like me and wrap their arms around a stranger's waist, the wings of our shoulder blades collectively stretching and extending over bright almonds. Gracias.